Hey, yo, it's Talison, and we're here in the ever messy Matt Cave, the Talison Studios workroom, and we got another batch of comics from Midtown today. So we're going to go through those. It's also the 31st birthday of Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood, which may be my favorite album of all time. Certainly my favorite album of theirs. I just listened to it a little bit ago and it still holds up. It's very good. Kickstart My Heart, my all-time favorite song. Information about me that you might not need to know. It's also my friend Caroline's birthday, so happy birthday, Caroline. And let's get on to what we're doing now. This isn't from Midtown. My computer is reflecting on my glasses. This isn't from Midtown, but I had done a Kickstarter for Kara Nicole, which you can maybe vaguely see her calendar back there. I did her Kickstarter last year, and I'm getting some thunder. It is a cosplay book that she did of her life as a cosplayer, and she did it in comic form, and it happened to arrive today, so we'll show that off because it is a comic. So I opted for the Power Girl lingerie cover. I didn't even look at what I guess she just signed it. She didn't personalize it, which is fine because I've got a bunch of other stuff personalized by her. Along with that came a number of prints and stickers and bookmarks and magnets and cool stuff like that. The odd thing is, because it's all in a comic bundle, the prints are the size of a comic book. So they're gonna be a little challenging to get frames for those. Most of my other stuff is like 8x10s, or you can possibly see, like, I've got Elvira there and Ashley Alexis there, and those are 8x10s. So they do make comic frames, but I don't know that I want to spend that much on just for a print like that. So they might just get some sleeves or something to get hung up. So two big bags full from Midtown, which means they sent me two of these little bags that I wrap everything up tight, which is nice because Buddy the cat, my wonderful stray heathen of a cat that we have, won't lay in his $10 bed, but if he's in my office, he loves laying on the Midtown comic bag, so he got two this time to go on his pile. So we'll throw those down there because that's where he lays. And part of the reason why we got so many this time is because how they did Free Comic Book Day this year was just getting stuff released on a weekly basis, and I grabbed everything I could. I don't even know what some of the stuff is, but that's the fun of Free Comic Book Day. You maybe read something that you had no idea what it was and get turned on to it. I think the only one that I wasn't able to get that I wanted to get was the Judge Dredd 2000 AD one, especially since I've been reading a lot of Judge Dredd digitally lately. So we got this, The Fox and the Little Tanuki, some sort of manga. I like tanukis, so we'll see if that's worth anything. This is from Tokyo Pop. The free stuff they didn't give me a bag and board for, I guess that's fair, but I would have liked to not had to go buy extra bags and boards for these. Got Blade Runner 2019. I have a bunch of issues of this, and I've only been buying them for the covers, and I really probably should read it because I love Blade Runner, but Art Germ did a bunch of the covers, so I was picking those up. Every year we always get a new Free Comic Book Day book from The Tick. Always great stuff. Love The Tick. Super Mercado from Oni Press. Maybe it's a kid's book. I can't really tell. I don't see a age rating on it. Hillbilly. Always good to get stuff from Eric Powell. Super nice guy. If you ever get a chance to meet him at a con, he's just wonderful. Hey, there's a Tank Girl. Cool. There's a Tank Girl ad on the back. Coming July 2020 by Martin and Parson. New Tank Girl stuff. That's cool. Love Tank Girl. Met Powell at a retailer show where I was there as a retailer, and he still treated it like a fan expo because when I walked up to talk to him, he's like, "Oh, you got something you want me to sign?" And he did a sketch for me real quick, and I'm like, "Cool. I just wanted to talk about your product because we're going to be carrying it in the store." But it was really nice of you to treat me like a fan before you treated me like a retailer because I appreciated it. Brett Bean Zoo Patrol Squad. Looks kind of fun, probably a kid's book. This is from Graphic, I think is the company. Lumberjanes, Farewell to Summer. Never been a big Lumberjanes fan, but like I said, I grabbed everything free I could get. The Resistance, issue 1 of 6. Don't know what this is, but it's by J. Michael Straczynski and Mike Deodato Jr., so that's a pretty good creative team. So we'll check that out. Not that I don't have a $1 reprint of this already. I don't have the actual thing, but the Free Comic Book Day book for Image was Invincible #1, which I was happy to get because this one says, look, coming soon to Prime Video. We're so close to that Invincible show. I wish they would give us a release date already. And it looks so good. I cannot wait. Invincible, if you don't know, I call it the greatest superhero comic that you've never heard of. And if you haven't heard of it, you need to go check it out. It is fantastic. It is finished now. I think it's 25 volumes of roughly 6 issues of volume by Robert Kirkman, and then Cory Walker was the original artist and co-creator, and then Brian Otley became the main artist after the first, 10 issues or so. Fantastic stuff. Great superhero storytelling in a sort of fashion where it's a story from beginning to end and not just like ongoing adventures. Really, really fun meta plot stuff. Marvel's book was, of course, their Spider-Man book. I think they have a Venom book too, which Venom's on the cover of this. That's coming on my next batch of stuff. Little Lulu. I will not sing Little Lulu like Alan Moore, but if you've not seen that episode of The Simpsons with Alan Moore, go check it out, because hearing Alan Moore sing the Little Lulu song is something else. The episode is called Husbands and Knives, and Alan Moore is signing in the comic shop on that episode. And he plays himself. It's not like an impersonator. Batman Overdrive from one of those DC Kids books. I'm not a fan of these DC Kids books, but you know what? I'll check it out. The art don't look bad. All the premises are like, what if Bruce Wayne was a little kid and his friend was this kid named Jack, and he's actually the Joker, and then his girlfriend is Selena, and she's going to be Catwoman, and it's like, oh God, I hate any of that stuff. I'm complaining. There's also Batman Tales in the back, which Dustin Nguyen did the art for, so you can't go wrong with Dustin Nguyen doing Batman art. And they were nice enough to send me a free Hellblazer mini poster. These are great because when I worked in a comic shop, these are the kind of things we would have on the counter for free for customers. It's interesting and cool that they just included that in there. I like that. On to the stuff I actually paid for, which is this big pile. Final issue of Red Sonja and Vampirella meet Betty and Veronica. Look at the expression on Vampirella's face. This is the Dan Parent cover. I don't even know if I have this whole run yet, because there was a couple issues I was trying to fill in that I missed when I transitioned from a store to buying online, and my store wasn't doing good about getting me the Dan Parent covers, which is what I wanted. So there might be a few that I still need to get, but I think I have most of it. So I know I haven't read much of that yet. Batman Adventures, the adventure continues. Number 3, I just read number 2 last night. It was very solid. It was much more world building and storyline background stuff than the first issue was. The first one was kind of all action and it was really fun. But you kind of need both in a comic, and since they're actually doing an overarching story, then you need both. So hopefully this one's a nice balance between the two. But it's good Burnett Dini stuff, and the art is solid. It's what you'd expect from the animated series. Hey, Batman, my favorite character, my favorite comic book. I'm woefully behind. I just started City of Bane last night. It's so stinking good. I read like 2 or 3 issues. Catwoman's amazing. That man, from beginning to end, that run of Tom King's might go down as one of the best, if not the best, Batman runs ever. It has just been so good. And I missed a bunch of it at the beginning because I read the first 4, and I was like, this is solid, but it's nothing I need to be reading. And then when I got back into it, I realized that he set up so much stuff back at the beginning, and I know I missed stuff because there was issues I didn't read. So I need to get the trades or fill in the issues I don't have and read it from front to back at some point. But we're on to the Joker War. I've got part 2 and 3 here. Tinian's solid, and the art's been good on this. So when I catch up to this, I expect it to be good. But like I just said, that run by King is fantastic. So it's probably not going to live up to the run that King did directly before it. And we're still waiting on that book from King that's the follow-up to his run, where it's I think it's called Batman and Catwoman, where we saw the teaser image last year, that was the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm, and then Batman and Catwoman. It was my phone wallpaper for a good amount of time. I'm not really following Marvel's Empire storyline, but I love me some Marvel handbooks, so I will fill myself in by reading this Marvel handbook. And yeah, any of the old official handbooks to the Marvel Universe, that kind of stuff, I love that stuff. DC Who's as well, but Marvel tends to still put them out by doing these. Wolverine 3, this might be the deciding issue. Really like the first issue, like the second issue well enough. I'm not sure where it's all going. This will probably be the one where I decide if I'm going to keep reading it or not. The DC Cybernetics Summer Special. These are always fun. A couple of short stories from... It's a good way to find talent that you weren't aware of, but it's a great cover if you'd see it. There's all the DC various robots, and then there's a warning to not get your robots near water. Legion of Superheroes number 7. I've only read the first issue of this. It was really good. All the setup to it in Superman was good. I haven't gotten around to catching up. Is this the one that's getting canceled, or is Young Justice getting canceled? Because DC just canceled a bunch of books, and one of Bendis' books was getting canceled. One of his Wonder Comics books. I think it was Young Justice, which is disappointing because they're both good. Justice League, I got 50 and 51. Woefully behind on this series, but it always looks good. I dream of one day catching up. 50 and 51. I got Amazing Spider-Man 43, 45, and 46. That is because I somehow missed 43 in the process of switching over to buying online. Now, Midtown happened to have it in stock at a decent price, so I was able to fill it in. So no harm, no foul. That's a pretty cool cover, and I do like this cover, but it looks like we're moved on to another art team, because Otley's on and off the book, unfortunately. When they announced Ryan Otley for Spider-Man, I was so happy, and the stuff he's done is fantastic, but I wish he would be consistently on the book. At C2E2 a couple of years ago, when I walked up to him, I said, "Hey, draw more Spider-Man," and he said, "I really want to." These are both back issues, but somehow both Super Sons and Adventures of Super Sons, which are both completed at this point. Somehow I was missing an issue of each, and I went back issue bin diving, as it were. There's a stupid clock on Midtown site, and they had the 2 issues. So, and again, fair price and in good shape. So, not going to complain about that. Finally, going to start reading Death Metal. I got Death Metal number 1 here, the A cover. Now, last time I got 1 and 2, but 1 I only got the art germ cover, which I've been getting the regular cover and the art germ cover. I didn't want to read that one, so I was waiting for this to come in. So I've got 1 and 3. 2 is with my stuff from last month, and then I've got the art germ for 3, which is gorgeous Supergirl cover. It's really hard to say who my favorite character that Art Germ draws is, because his Supergirls are always fantastic, but he also has done some, great Wonder Womans and Catwomen and that sort of thing. Detective 1025, The Time and Joker War. I've said before, I don't read Detective, but it's one of the books I always buy. I don't read the current run of Detective anyway. I'm behind on so much. Young Justice 17. I hope this isn't the one ending. I like them both, but if I had to pick, I'd rather pick Legion at the end, because I like the characters in this more, even though I really like John, Superboy, and Legion. Strange Adventures, more Tom King, has been great. 1 and 2 were fantastic. I've yet to read 3. I'll probably knock 3 and 4 out at the same time. I've been specifically getting the Doc Shaner covers, which means I have to remember to order them every month, because they won't do a pull list on the B covers for you. But really good stuff. Mitch Gerard's doing good art, but I wish Doc Shaner was doing the whole series and doing all the interiors. And finally, probably the greatest comic book being published right now. Fantastic every month. Brian Michael Bendis, Superman, number 24. Last month's was great. If you haven't read 23, it's so good. And it wasn't even like a monumental blockbuster issue or anything. It was just a good, solid Superman comic. If you don't know, the story is that in Bendis' run, Superman has revealed his identity to the world, and we're dealing with the repercussions of that now. It was very, very fun. In the last issue, Superman goes to the Hall of Justice, where the Wonder Twins are like working monitor duty, and Zan keeps calling him Clark, and he keeps doing it like, "Hey, Clark, how's things going today, Clark?" And Jane is like, "Would you stop with the Clark?" and Zan's like, "It's his name." And Superman goes, "It is." Just a wonderful bit of character interaction from Bendis. That's what I got for you. I am already started my Halloween movie watching, so I'm going to be drawing and watching Halloween movies on top of watching so much wrestling that's been on lately. So that's where I'm at. As always, if you want a commission, if you want a sketch card, you know how to contact me there. If you don't, actually, it's on Instagram, Talison Comics, on Facebook, Talison Comics, on Twitter. You can also find me at Talison Comics. And I do commissions there, and I post my art there, and I've been meaning to do another art video here. I just haven't had a chance. But I recently started doing a bunch of Halloween ones. So we've got some Nightmare Before Christmas ones that I've been working on, and I think I showed you these last time. This one never got posted. The 90s Batman villain ones I was doing, and there's the Joker from that. So, if you're looking for something, let me know, and I'll get it drawn for you. I thought I had another one over there I was going to show you, but until the next time we're doing this, I will see you.